Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. But if this is your first time watching, welcome to Linda's Treasures. I would hope that you would stick around and subscribe. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you how to do a hair growth mask that is super easy to do at home, especially during times like this. These are some of the items that we will be using in today's hair growth mask recipe, and I will be leaving all of the details in the description box listed below, just in case you might need those for future reference. Quite honestly, I ended up finding this recipe on Pinterest. Many times we will be scrolling down Pinterest and pin them into our boards, but do we honestly use them? And I wanted to actually give this one a shot since it looks super easy, super beneficial, especially during this time where we all have a little bit more extra time to do a little bit of self-care at home. Just as you saw in the clip before, I do have a pretty large aloe plant, so I did cut off a leaf or a stem of it, and I rinsed it off and laid it on an angle on a bowl, just because aloe does have these yellow gelish part that will come out that I heard is not pretty good for you. I don't know all of the details, but they suggest doing that, so that is exactly what I did. Once that yellowish gel stops seeping out of the aloe plant, I'm going to be cutting it up and using between 2 to 3 tablespoons of the aloe. I'm going to be adding about 2 tablespoons of the yogurt that you see right here. I have the light version, which is fine. Now, the original recipe did not call for vitamin E, but I am going to be adding 1 teaspoon of vitamin E oil or the capsules, 1 tablespoon of the honey, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a blender, and a glass jar that you see right here. This one particularly, I ended up getting it from the Dollar Tree, which is very affordable. Here I'm grabbing my aloe stem or leaf, however you want to call it, and I'm just simply going to be chopping it up in certain areas just because it is a lot easier to manipulate since the edges are pretty sharp with those little thorny sections. So I cut off a chunk and I'm going to be trimming off the edges first, as you see right here. Once I trim off the edges, I'm going to grab the knife and pretty much kind of fillet the aloe plant as you see here, or just literally grab the knife and on the upper edge as closely as possible, just take off all of that top layer of the skin of the aloe plant, if I'm making any sense. As you can tell, I am simply placing the skin portions off to the side because I'm going to be using that to scrape the leftover gel on the skin to add it into my recipe as well. We don't want to let none of this go to waste. As many of you guys know, aloe has so many benefits for your skin and your body, so why not use it if you have it? Once you are done removing the gel portion of the aloe, I am simply going to be cutting the aloe into chunks because I want to go ahead and blend that and smooth out the gel. Now I'm taking the skin portion and just using my knife to literally scrape off any leftover aloe gel that I have on the leaf. As stated before, this is so beneficial that I do not want to let anything go to waste. Once all of my aloe chunks are cut up and in the blender, I just blend that out smoothly. These aloe leaves and skin portions, I'm going to be using that to add to my compost. Once blended, you're going to see this type of consistency, which is going to be a lot smoother, but gelish or like a slime-like jelly consistency. I have my measuring spoon ready, and I'm going to be adding the rest of my ingredients to my hair mask. And I'm going to be adding the 2 tablespoons of yogurt into the blender. And here we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil into the blender as well. Next, we're adding 1 tablespoon of honey into the mix. Now, this is the one ingredient that was not listed in the original recipe. I did want to add vitamin E oil just because of its benefits. So I added 1 teaspoon of vitamin E oil. If you have the capsules, you can just puncture them and add them into the mix as well. Once we have all of those ingredients into the blender, we're going to go ahead and place the lid and blend it up very well. Once everything is very well blended, you want to add your mask into a glass container just like this one. I purchased this one off of Dollar Tree, and I have used these type of jars many times in many different ways. And I like this because you can pour this mask onto the jar and place it into the refrigerator so it's ready whenever I'm ready to use it. The consistency of this mask is going to be almost like a creamy custard-like consistency, if I'm making any sense. And it's going to go ahead and look absolutely beautiful in this jar with a yellowish type of color. My suggestion is to place the jar into the refrigerator and have it available for you whenever you are ready to use this mask. Once you're ready to use the mask, you want to place this mask onto your hair, massaging it all over your hair, your scalp, and massage it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then after that, you want to leave it for another 25 to 30 minutes on your hair. Once the 30 minutes are up, you want to wash and style your hair as normal. I suggest using this mask about once a week. Aloe has so many benefits for not only your body, your skin, your hair, but it also leaves your hair looking fuller, vibrant hair growth, and full of luster and shine. I'm really interested in finding out what your outcomes were if you decide to use this recipe. So please leave it in the comment section below and share your experience. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope and pray that everyone is staying safe during these times.